Okay, so welcome back, friends. Fine. So what we did yesterday, friends, remember yesterday was our first demo session and we saw some basics of cloud, right? We have discussed some basics of cloud computing. So we'll just try to go a bit deeper today and we will see what is cloud in more details and we'll try to understand what are the job opportunities we have in our cloud computing. Okay. And the protocol remains same. Chat box is always open, my friend. Whenever you have any doubt, any questions, send your questions in chat box. Okay, yesterday's session was actually very interactive, right? I have received nearly 45 or 50 questions in chat box. It was great. Okay, so chat box is always open, and if you want to talk to me directly, at the end of the session, you can simply unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly. Done. Both the options are with you. Okay, fine. So this is what we did yesterday, right? So this was my introduction and we have taken some basic examples actually to understand cloud computing. These are the two major examples we took. What we said, remember the data example, we said if you want to store data, there are two options, right? We can store data in our local server or we can store data in cloud. So what is the advantage if we store data in cloud? The advantage here is cloud is, more flexible in the sense, we have more scalability actually. We can increase and decrease our storage capacity. So there are no restrictions there. For example, if you have a hard disk, let's say 1 TB hard disk, there is a restriction there, right? You can keep only 1 TB data there. But in cloud, there are no such restrictions, right? At any given time, you can increase and decrease your storage capacity. Okay. So that was the example we have taken yesterday. And the other bigger example was the application, right? We know application is everything over the internet. Whenever you connect to internet, whatever you access over the internet, actually that comes under application category. So a application can be an email server or a web server or a file server, okay, or maybe a messaging server like say WhatsApp, okay, or maybe cab booking applications like Ola or Uber. So there are different types of applications we have. So whenever you connect to any application, my friend, that application runs at a particular place. So that we have seen in great details actually, okay, how the applications will run, what are the pre-requirements we have to run application, and how we can fulfill all those pre-requirements. What are the pre-requirements? We need a server machine and we need a server operating system. These are the two major pre-requirements, right? So again, server machine and server operating system, we can keep them in a local data center or we can simply take them from a cloud provider. Both the options are possible, my friend. Okay, so why companies are preferring the cloud server to store data and to run application? Companies are preferring the cloud server, right? The reason here is, see, managing a server or storage in your company is not an easy task. Okay, because when you manage a server or when you run a server, we need a lot of infrastructure. Like you need routers, switches, firewalls, storage devices, racks. Okay, and then you need to bring your servers, you need to connect your servers, cabling, physical connection. It's a very big process, my friend. Let me just show you some network images. See here, my friend, this is some, data center somewhere. He may be a network admin or a server admin or a storage, whatever. He is just, connected to one of the device directly and he is working there. Actually, 99% cases, at least 95% cases, we are not connecting to a device in this way. We will be connecting to the devices remotely only. Okay, we are not entering into server room every day. If there is some issue that cannot be solved remotely, then we have to enter into the server room. So this is actually your data center, which you have in your companies. Go to any company across the globe, data centers will look like this. And what you see in the back side, these are known as racks. So this is one rack here. In every rack, we can connect around 20 devices. Okay, and this 20 devices can be 20 servers, or combination of servers, routers, switches, firewalls, and all those things. So see, there are totally 5 racks here. Let's say approximately there are 100 devices. So the data center that you see right now there, my friend, where there are 100 devices, actually this is a small data center. It's not big. It is a small data center. These are not 100 servers. Remember that these are not 100 servers. Servers can be, let's say, 30 or 40 servers. But the other devices are there, right? Routers, firewalls, okay, storage devices, switches. So all these devices will come into play. So there are totally 100 devices. So it is still a small network. But for this network, this company has already spent some crores of Indian rupees. There is some money for any business, right? You are spending, let's say, 5 crore or 7 crores or let's say 10 crores Indian rupees. That is some money for any business. Before actually your business has started, before your application start running, before you're, gaining or earning some profits, you need to bring this particular network. This is the, this was the issue companies were facing for last many decades. Okay, fine. We have to do this. We used to do this, all these activities, physical activities like connections and all those things. But you know what is the advantage we have in cloud? The advantage that we have in cloud is a cloud provider can come to you. Who is a cloud provider here, my friend? A cloud provider is a company who provides you all these resources. Amazon is indeed a very big cloud provider. Microsoft, Google. See, I will just name 3 companies here: Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Now, can you name me any company which you think is bigger than Amazon, Microsoft, or Google? Very difficult, right? Okay, so these are the 3 companies which provides you cloud. There are approximately 2000 cloud providers. There are many cloud providers, but let us say only Amazon, Microsoft, and Google examples here. Okay, so a company like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, they will say, why you're bringing this much infrastructure in your company? Why you're bringing this many servers, routers, switches, firewall, storage? Okay, my answer will be like, I need to run my application. Isn't it? I need to run my application and it store my data. Then this company people will say, okay, fine. You need to run your application. You need to store your data. We will do one thing. We have huge infrastructure available. What these people will do? They will say, we have huge infrastructure available. You know the infrastructure? Remember I showed you yesterday? Just go to Google and just say data centers, cloud data centers. You will see images like this. Again, this is not some VFX or this is not a image I have taken from some movie actually. This is a real image. This is the data center, what you see. This is not even, let's say, like 20% of this data center actually. This is only one part. Just imagine if you see the complete data center, how big it will be. You cannot imagine, you cannot, identify the person who is standing in this data center at one corner. You are at one corner and the other person is at another corner. Such a big data centers will be there, my friend. And who is controlling these data centers? Cloud providers. Amazon data center, Google data center, Microsoft data center. See, I am from Hyderabad. Okay, in Hyderabad, we have most of the data centers. Amazon people have one of the biggest data center. Google people, they have the second biggest data center. Microsoft people, they have the data centers. Why they have this many data centers? First of all, the requirement is there. And the second thing is they need to think about taxes and, internet connectivity. They need to think many other things actually. Okay, so overall, any city like Hyderabad, you just name me any big company beside Microsoft, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. Let's say IBM, Cisco, Juniper, DigitalOcean, HP, Oracle, Salesforce, VMware. You just name me any big company, DigitalOcean. All these companies have data centers in a city like Hyderabad. Now, not only Hyderabad, they have data centers in multiple cities in India. They have data centers in multiple countries and continents across the globe. So these people, they are providing these services. They are saying, you need to run your business. Okay, you need some server, you need some storage. We will provide you. Just tell us how much you need. See here, my friend, whatever you need, you can simply take everything from here, right? Whatever is your requirement, you can easily take all the resources from them. And we need to pay whatever resources we are using there, my friend. This is the concept of cloud computing. So the infrastructure that you have in your company, the infrastructure, instead of keeping in our company, we will go and keep this info. We will go and, use the infrastructure from a cloud provider. Let's say cloud data centers. Just go to images here. You will see, yeah, this was the image I have taken actually, and see the other images. A person like someone is like working here, like he's managing all the things here. See, here also there is some administrator. So people like you and me, they are managing these data centers. So the bottom line here is they have huge infrastructure there, and they are providing this infrastructure on lease or on rent, whatever terminology you use here. Okay. So they are providing these huge data centers to their customers. So suppose I am working in SBI Bank. So SBI Bank is a customer for a cloud provider. So they will take all the resources from them and they will run their data. They will run their applications and they will store the data there. This is a beautiful concept of cloud computing, my friend. Without cloud, we cannot imagine the internet. Without cloud, we cannot imagine any company. Cloud is part of our life for many years. Maybe this is the first or the second session for you in cloud. Maybe you just started understanding or you just started learning cloud computing. But my friend, the day you started using internet, actually, that day you started connecting to the cloud without realizing or without having any knowledge. On that particular day only you started using the cloud services. But now what we do here is, see, again, such a big data center. So now what we do here is, as an administrator, not only we should know how to use it, we should know how to take the resources also. Let's say I'm working for a company and the company says we will run our resources, that is our applications, and we'll store our data in the cloud. So now as a cloud administrator, I should know how to connect to the cloud data center, how to take a server from them, how to configure the server, how to take storage, okay, from where I need to take storage, all these things I need to learn. That is what we will be learning in next 40-50 days actually. Where to connect, when to connect, how to take the resources, what services we need, what services best suits for our scenario. These are the things we need to learn. So everything is there. Physical infrastructure is in. One of the major difference between our on-premise data center and the cloud data center is, let's say if you are managing your data center like this in your company, you know what you have to do? You need to maintain everything, my friend. You need to maintain the router connections, the cable connections, the power backup, okay, the cooling system, because the servers and devices, they will run 24/7. They will generate a lot of heat, so there should be proper cooling system. And we cannot use a server for 3 years. Maybe every two years, every 18 months, we need to change our server or we need to upgrade our server. So every now and then we need to do some changes in our hardware. We need to make some changes in our physical setup. But if we go with the cloud services, do we need to make all these things? Do we need to worry about the infrastructure? Do we need to worry about the power backup or the cooling system or the physical security? Physical security is also a very big part actually. There are many cases where some people, they have taken the hard disk from a server. That is quite possible. It's not a big deal. Server is just a machine like your desktop machine, right? So there are many cases I have seen where a person has just, stolen the hard disk from the server. Once they took the hard disk, obviously data is there inside the hard disk, right? So in cloud, there is no need for us to worry about all those things. So they will maintain everything and they will just provide you the services here. Okay. Now, there are some questions here. They have majority share. I'm not sure, Vikram, what you're saying here, my friend. Yeah, Sumit. Amazon, Microsoft, and Google are the three most popular cloud providers compared to the other providers. Exactly. Okay, there is a question here from Srinivas. Can we guess each data center, how much data will they store? Maybe no. I'll give one, statistics here. Some rough statistics. Every day from across the globe, from you, me, companies, and all those people, this much data is uploaded on YouTube. big money, big size, right? Big data, right? Every day, this much data will be uploaded on internet, not YouTube, sorry, on internet. Every day, this much. This is, a huge amount of data, my friend. Now, what exactly is data here? These people who make reels actually on Instagram and Facebook and all those things, every day they will make some 10, 12, 15 reels. So they need to upload somewhere, right? So when they are uploading, obviously they're uploading on internet, right? They're uploading somewhere on a storage. So I'm not talking about only the documents and all those things, any data. Every day in our DURGASOFT Institute, we will start, every week like 20, 30 batches. So when we start 20, 30 batches, 2 to 3 demos will be there. So overall, 120 to 150 demo sessions will be there. So all these demo sessions will upload on YouTube every day. So just imagine how much content only from our organization we are uploading here, right? So it's, in a way, it's better. We should not think in that way, like how much can be there and how much is it. Just see the size, just see the, size of the data center and just imagine how much can be there. Again, the data center, what you see right now on your screen is not the biggest data center, my friend. This is only one part. It is not complete data center, first of all, and it is not the biggest. But still, it looks like too big for us even to, like, imagine, right? And as this much TB of data is uploaded every day, per day, this much TB. So what I'm trying to show you here is Amazon people, Microsoft, Google, all these companies, they have data centers, but they are not stopping. Like, for example, when I say they have a data center in Hyderabad, they are not done with this. Every day they are adding some resources inside the data center because every day the demand is increasing. Every day the demand is increasing. So they need to fulfill their customers or clients' demand. So every day they are adding the hardware machines there. So in a way, I can say like this, that is, we should not worry about how much they can provide. What we should worry about? We should worry about how much we need. That's it. How much we need, that much we need to take. Whatever capacity you need, maybe 10 TB or 100 TB or 1000 TB, within next 2 to 3 minutes, I can take, TBs and TBs of storage from the cloud provider. They will provide me everything. Done. And the payment will be like pay as you go. See, this is the definition here. Let me just take you to the Amazon definition. What it says, cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. IT resources means storage, servers, server operating systems, okay, firewalls, all this comes under IT resources, okay. So cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet. Internet connection is mandatory here, my friend. If there is no internet connection, then you cannot connect to your servers which are running in cloud. So if there is no internet connection, you cannot access Facebook or YouTube. You cannot access your emails. Okay, you cannot check your, WhatsApp messages and all those things, right? So internet is mandatory. Fine, internet is mandatory here. Now, IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. So whatever we use, how much we use, that much we need to pay. It's not like, we need to pay for complete server. No. Or we need, suppose there is 1 TB hard disk, we are not paying for 1 TB hard disk. In that 1 TB hard disk, if you're using only, let's say 10 GB, there is only 1% actually. So if you use only 10 GB of storage, you will pay only for 10 GB of storage. Okay. So a company like Amazon, they says, instead of buying, owning and maintaining physical data centers and servers, very clearly they says, instead of buying, owning and maintaining, buying is very costly. Owning and maintaining the physical data centers is also very, very costly. So instead of buying, owning and maintaining data centers and physical servers, you can access everything from a cloud provider like AWS. This is, you can access everything, whatever you need, just come to us, we'll provide you everything. Take everything from us, run your application, store your data. What else you need? We need to store our data, we need to run our application. Computer network is only this. In application, there are different types of application, gaming application, banking application, okay. Some movie streaming applications like Netflix and Hotstar, Okay, cab booking applications like Ola or Uber, any application you can run over the cloud. Any sort of data, maybe it is a PPT, a document, okay, maybe a script, okay, PDF file, Excel file, whatever the file it is, you can simply upload everything there. This is what it is, my friend. Okay. Okay, there is a question here. In case one data center get, okay, crushed, what will happen? Okay, let me just use a very simple terminology here. In case if one data center is down, is there any possibility like the data center can go down? See, let me just take you to my AWS account first. And like I said, you in coming classes, I will show you how to create the AWS account. So I will just log in here. See, currently they have all these locations where they have, data centers available. We'll have a complete detailed discussion here. Actually, it will take at least one class. I'll take a very special region, Tokyo. You know this Tokyo region very well, right? Tokyo, which comes under Japan country. Hmm? Whenever you go and say earthquake, floods, or tsunami in Google, out of the top 2, 3, output what you see, you will see Tokyo and Japan there for sure, isn't it? It's a place where natural disasters will be happening every now and then. Now the question here is there any scenario till now, or is there any case? Say AWS people started providing cloud services in 2006. I think from Tokyo they started providing cloud services from I think 2014 or 12 something. Let's say around 10 years. For last 10 years they are providing cloud services. But whatever things were happening there, tsunamis and flooding and earthquakes and all those things, till now there is no incident anyway. The complete data center is down. There is no incident, so that's a bit lucky actually, right? But still there is a possibility. There is a possibility like due to some natural disaster or due to some, let's say, power fluctuation or power issues, or a data center can go down. A data center can go down. But remember one thing, my friend, if the data center is down, they have some rules there. AWS people or any cloud provider, they have some rules. And the rules are, they will not keep our information only in one data center. They have a copy in some other data center also. Okay, just imagine you have an account in bank, any XYZ bank, and you have some money in that bank. Have you ever thought or have you ever imagined what if the bank server is down? There is a possibility, right? What if the bank server goes down? Tomorrow's, let's say they will come and say, our server is down, our hard disk has crashed, so we don't have your information, we cannot pay your money. They can't say like this, right? Because they need to maintain the backend. If the bank is there in India, they may have a backup in Dubai, one backup in Australia, one backup somewhere in Brazil, one backup somewhere in Alaska, and one backup somewhere, let's say in, let's say Madrid, Spain. So they have these backups. So these people also have multiple backups, my friend. So they will not keep data only in Tokyo or only in Hyderabad. They have multiple backups. Okay, so that much security. Durability. How much durability these people will provide us? These people will provide us 99%, not 99, 99.9999%, total 99's durability. That much guarantee they will give. They will say, we will protect your data up to 99.999999%. Can you say the data that is there in your mobile phone, that is photos and videos, are at least 80% safe and secure? No one, right? Like in Hyderabad it's raining heavily for last 1 week. Let's say, for example, I'm traveling outside, for example, just a very simple example. I'm outside, suddenly it started raining, my mobile phone can get damaged. It's a possibility, right? So I cannot give 100% guarantee. Although the phone belongs to me, whatever photos or documents or whatever things are there, all these things belongs to me. But can I get the guarantee that the data will be available for sure? Something can happen, electrical, fluctuation can happen, power fluctuation can happen, it can go down. But this cloud people, they are giving data guarantee up to 99.999%. You should not ask for more actually. The only mode that you can ask here is actually 100%, right? But still, I'm as a customer, as a client of a cloud services, I'm more than happy with their performance and more than happy with their services. Okay. Okay, there are some more questions here. Yeah, you can keep some other regions as your backup. Yeah, that is what they will do there, my friend. Okay, there is one more question here. If every region is using same cloud, then if it is down in all the regions, see, one region is in Hyderabad, one is in Mumbai. In India, there are two regions. One is in Hyderabad, one is in Mumbai. Now, just imagine a scenario in last 1,000 years. Whatever history is there in last 1,000 years, was there any natural disaster or was there anything that happened in Hyderabad as well as in Mumbai at the same time? No, right? So I don't think like, things will be happening like this. If this is happening, that means that will be the last day, I guess, on this earth. We will not be surviving. Forget about the data centers and all those things. We are not surviving, first of all, if there is something happening in that way. But anyhow, just relax. What I'm trying to say here is Hyderabad and Mumbai, 1,000 kilometers approximately. Hyderabad and Sydney, or India and Sydney, let's say 12,000 kilometers approximately. So if something is happening Sydney, Hyderabad and Mumbai will be safe and secure. So data security, data guarantee is too much there, my friend. Don't worry about those things. It will be too much. So there will not be a scenario where hopefully all the regions or at least one big region will go down. They have backups and they have, all the uh, backup tools available or backup, machines available. From there, they can get back your data. See, if you store 100 GB of data, it's not like you're taking 100 GB capacity. There are 100 GB storage. You have the option of encryption and, you have the option of, compressing the data, right? Instead of 100 GB, you may take only like 3 GB of space. Okay, so there are many things. Fine. So this is what cloud is all about, my friend. Taking the resources from some other company, that is Amazon, Microsoft, Google, which are known as cloud providers, and running our applications and storing our data. Okay, so before I take some questions, let me just go to, where should I go? Let us select this Singapore region. I'll do one thing. I'll just create a server here. I'm not explaining like what options I'm selecting here because explanation will take at least, 2 weeks for me. Can you see this service here, EC2 service? The most important service that you need to learn in cloud is EC2. EC2 is actually your virtual server. Okay, so I'll just create a virtual server here. I'll go to this EC2 service, and meanwhile, if you have any doubts, please send your questions in the chat box. Okay, okay, one machine is already running here. Actually, I'm not sure when did I. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll just go there and first terminate this machine. Now I will say launch instance. That means I'm saying I will create a server in Singapore. So what should be the name? Okay, let me just go with test server. Okay, now see here, my friend. What is the other major thing? See, whenever you say server or whenever I say server, what you think? Server means there are two meanings of server. One is a server hardware, another one is server operating system. So when someone is asking you like in your previous company on what server you have experience, that means that person is asking about on what server operating system you have experience. And if that person is asking you a question like on what server model you were, working, then that person is asking about the physical server. Okay, so server is your operating system and server is a physical machine. So in most of the cases, whenever we discuss about server or whenever we use the terminology as server, we are talking about the server operating system. Fine. And say these are some of the server operating systems we have. The most famous are Red Hat, Microsoft Windows Server Operating System, Ubuntu. These are the most famous. Okay. Then we have Mac. And if you just, if I click here, I'll get more OS. And there is a Linux operating system from AWS. Amazon people, they have, designed a Linux operating system. Linux is open source, right? Any person can, design a operating system by their name. Maybe tomorrow, let us say, or maybe let's say after like 1 month, a person like, let's say Sudhir, he can make Sudhir Linux. Shakib can make Shakib Linux. Ram can make Ram Linux. Every person can make their own Linux, right? So here I am selecting this AWS Linux here. Okay. Then here for this particular Linux machine, what resources you need? Those resources we need to select here at instance type. So I'm just selecting 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. That is more than enough for me as of now. Then if I just come down here, my friend, it will ask me to protect my network by using a key. What is this key? We will say. Then there is something called networking settings I need to configure here. So I'm configuring some basic networking settings here. Okay. Then it is asking me to configure your firewall. We'll see firewall in great details. It will take at least, 3 classes. So as of now, I'm just using the default firewall. And now it is asking me to configure storage. Right now, 8 GB is enough. But if you want to increase, decrease, we can increase, decrease storage at any time. Done. So I have just, selected a Linux operating system, and I have selected some configuration for this operating system, like this much RAM, this much hard disk, okay, this many processors, all these things I have selected. Now, once if I say launch instance here, you know what happens? In Singapore region, my virtual server will be created. Say this is a server here, test server. Still it is showing as pending, but within like 5 to 10 seconds here, my friend, that particular server will be created there. I repeat, within 5 to 10 seconds, that particular server will be created. See, it is running now. Job done. Okay. Now, how to connect? I will just show you how to connect here. There is something called SSH here. I am just copying something here. This is where we use the cloud services. So I need to go somewhere. Where exactly? 8 p.m. Yeah. I need to open some software here. I'm just saying S. You know where I am now, right now? If I say sudo -i, clear. See, can you see the address here? 172.16.10.99. Let us go to the AWS console here. Go to the EC2 machine or the virtual server that we have created. Can you see IP address? 172.16.10.99. That means I'm sitting in Hyderabad. I have created a virtual server in Singapore region. That is your AWS Singapore region or AWS Singapore data center. And I have just connected to that particular machine. Now what to do? Whatever application you want to configure, you can configure that application now. Say this is your root user. So if you have any knowledge of Linux operating system, this is your Linux machine. Okay. For example, let me just create a file here. Let's say cat, let's say cricket. Good luck, Team India for Asia Cup. See here, my friend. I just created a file here. Want to see it? If I say ls here, can you see there is a file created with the name cricket? I'll show you more details actually in coming sessions, but as of now, what I'm trying to show you here is in last 5 minutes, I have created a server, a virtual server in the Singapore region. I've connected to that virtual server, which is running in the Singapore region, and I've already started working there. I've already started creating some files and folders there. 15 years before or 20 years before, you cannot imagine technology would be like so easy, my friend. Back in those days, we used to bring physical server from some place, connect it, install the OS, configure something, configure the network settings, configure IP addressing, do all these things. It may take like a couple of days, then start running your applications and storing your data. So if you're bringing 100 servers, then, it would have taken maximum, or at least, 3 to 4 weeks actually to start this 100 servers. Those were the days, but now because of this cloud, things become more easier. Everything is virtualized. Instead of connecting to a physical server, we are using a virtual server. So what you see right now is a virtual server. Okay. And this is the root user who is connected here, my friend. This is so simple, my friend. This is the way cloud works. So a company is expecting a person to know how to use these things, how to use load balancer, auto scaling, security, storage, okay, instances. This is what we need to learn. We need to learn these things so that we can get a job and we can start our career, right? That is the whole purpose of learning this particular course. So this is your cloud console, AWS console. It will be exactly like this. When you create an account, it will be like this. And when you join a company, exactly it will be like this. So you just need to have a internet connection and a AWS account. Obviously, computer should be there, any computer, but a internet connection with the AWS account, you're more than ready to learn AWS theoretically as well as practically. Theoretically, you can read a document, you can understand, but you should do practicals also, right? So to do practicals, you need to have a AWS account. So how to create a AWS account and how to use it, all these things we will see. It will take at least one session for us. Okay, now let's say my work is over. What I'll do now, I'll just go to this option. I'll just say terminate. Terminate means I'm simply deleting the machine. I'm simply deleting the machine there. Okay. Okay, let me just take a couple of questions which I have here. In simple term, can I say cloud is internet? Maybe no, my friend. Actually, internet is connection of multiple networks. That is the actual definition or actual concept of internet. And all the networks that are there on internet, they are connected to cloud. So the one thing that I can say here is, see, just now we connected to Singapore data center, right? So to connect to Singapore data center, we are using the internet connectivity only. But still, there is a difference between the internet and the cloud. Okay. There is one more question like why we go for only EC2 server. EC2 server is your virtual server, my friend. That is the most important service we have in cloud. EC2 server is actually your virtual server. Okay, there is a very big question here, my friend. Okay, the question here is the course related, is it a cloud administrator part or the cloud associate architect? Both will be covered and AWS Lambda will be covered. After going through the content, I am asking this question to clarify. Okay. See, whenever you learn any course, my friend, the courses are designed according to the market requirement. Market means the job requirement. I'll give a non-technical example. Just try to understand what I'm trying to say here. Let's say you are a chef, cook, a person who cook food, right? You are a chef, for example. And suppose if you want to apply for a job somewhere in a Hyderabad restaurant, let's say in Hyderabad city, in any restaurant, what is your first requirement? Obviously, you should know how to cook biryani. Now, let's say you go to Chennai. If you want to work there as a chef, one of the major requirement there may be like you should know how to make idli, dosha, and sambar, maybe, right? So this is a market requirement. So whenever you learn any course, my friend, the courses are designed according to the market requirement. So I'm not saying this is a cloud administration part or cloud associate part or architect part. We have taken everything from these things, associate level and the architect level, and we have designed a course which is a job oriented course. Not only we here, most of the institutes, they will offer you courses in this way. For most of the courses, it's not only with AWS. They will offer you courses which can help you in, while you face the interviewer, it can help you in getting a job, or it will help you when you start working in a company. So let's say if there are 30 services available, let's say 30 chapters available, out of 30 chapters, 16 to 18 chapters will be there, which will be used in every company. So those chapters you're learning in this particular course. Okay, so this is a job oriented course. So this course is designed so that you can prepare yourself for interview as well as prepare yourself for a job.
All right. Actually, I wanted to know. Actually, it is both for administration and associate architect. Both is taken care. That I wanted to know.
Yeah, administration is a very common terminology. The actual terminology we should use is cloud associate architect.
Okay. So all those every portions are covered.
Yeah, administration is a very generic terminology, but actual
Okay.
terminology is cloud administration. Okay,
Administration plus architecture, all the like contents are designed.
all the contents means,
Means major contents.
yeah, yeah,
What is
major,
required for
major,
administration plus
exactly, exactly,
major
major chapters
portions
will
to be
be. uh,
for architect and administration.
No, no, administration is a general terminology. Let us say only solution
Okay, okay,
architect. Okay, let us say only solution architect.
okay. So same portions will be there in both.
Yeah. Okay, there is one more question like cloud computing. Cloud is internet and resources over the internet is cloud. Can I say this? Yeah. Say I already copied some definition here, right? So you can just, go through these definitions again and again, then you'll be getting more clear idea about like what exactly is cloud again. But at the end of the day, you store your data and run your application at some other server, and that server is not under your control. That is a cloud for you. That's it. You know, I created my email account in the year 2005. My Gmail account I created in the year 2005. So when I created my email account, where are the emails located? Where are my emails located? Where are your email located? Is it located in our
Google
mobile
server.
phone or laptop? No, they are available in a server, right? So that server is a cloud.
Right.
Cloud means which is not under our control. A device is not under
Which
our
is not
control,
local, which is
which is
remote.
not
We
local,
can say
which is at some other place. That's it.
remote, right?
Remote. Like you have some money in your wallet, that is your local. You have some money in your bank, there is a cloud.
And another thing, so AWS, this Lambda is also a part of architect or that because in the means what is designed. So in there, I didn't see actually that.
I have written, I think, Elastic Beanstalk there. So that is your Lambda service. Lambda is a service that is related majorly to the developers part, but I'll
Okay,
cover that service. At least theoretical part, I'll cover there.
okay. But with EBS also we can achieve the like automation part
Exactly. That is also used for that automation part only.
because suppose the manual thing what we are going to automate. So that idea will be covered.
Yeah,
I
that
want.
idea will be covered, but to go there actually, we need to cross many stages. When you play a video game, there will be many stages, right? There will be many levels actually, right? So we need to cross many levels before we reach that particular level. You should not expect Lambda or any other service in within like, first week, third week, or maybe fourth week also. It will come in the last week because before we go to that particular service, there are many services we need to learn. Then only we can understand that Lambda service.
Okay. So, but that practical also how to do and all
Practic
those.
Practicals, it depends, my friend, because we'll be learning so many things that are related to solution architect that
Okay.
if we can drag everything, the course may go for like maybe like 4 months.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, what is hot backup and cold backup? Okay, we'll see what is the backup and what are the things we need to do. These are some terminologies, these are some types of backups actually. So what are the different types of backups and how we can protect our data, all these things we'll see. How many physical and virtual servers we have in AWS? Where we get this virtual? See, my friend Srinivas, there is no limit there. How much you need, that much you are going to get. What is your requirement? 100 servers, 500 servers, 1000 servers, 10,000 servers, whatever you need, that much you will be getting from them. So there is no, need for us to worry about like how many servers they have, how much storage they have. No. When you go to watch a match in a stadium, what you think? What you decide? You just need to decide like how many tickets you need, 3 or 4 or 5 or maybe 2. You're not worried about like what is the total capacity of the stadium. Why should I worry about that, right? I need only 2 tickets. I'll take 2 tickets. I'll go and enjoy my match. So no need to worry about like how many servers you have there, my friend. Whatever is our requirement, they have that much there. That's the reason I always show you this, images. Just imagine how much we have there. See the size of the data center, that is too big. Okay. Okay, so there is one more question here. Like at the end of this course, I'm able to deploy the, okay. Say auto scaling and security. Just now I showed you the cloud here, right? Can you see this auto scaling here? This is your auto scaling. This is your security. This is a sub-service in our EC2. Okay. So you should learn, you should understand these topics. You know, there are certain topics which I say are very important topics. So these are the two topics that you have mentioned there, security and auto scaling. Those two topics are very, very important.
Security, it will be in depth. It is designed in depth, I think. It's a very important.
Security, come again, please.
Yeah, security, it will be in very depth, I think, because that is very important.
Yeah, security. There are two security services we have. One is called security group. Another one is network access control list. Obviously, we need to see those things. You know, my experience which I have on the physical firewalls will help me a lot in, you know, presenting the security concepts to you. Okay,
And
so
that will
obviously,
be very important in depth, I think. Right?
exactly.
Important concept. What
Whenever
you
you
said.
hear the terminology security, that is important.
Very important.
Whether it is your mobile phone security, whatever, security is indeed security, my friend. You know, as of now, if you ask me a question, tell me what are the two options I have to select to get succeed or to get, you know, more opportunities and to get, you know, brighter future in the IT industry. Let's say in administration part. I'm not going with the programming now. I'm saying like administration. I'll recommend you two things. One is AWS DevOps path. Another one is the security path. Security, like, you know, what you say, ethical hacking or security, firewall security. Okay, that is one path. So if you can choose any one path, you'll just, you know, go as far as possible. Okay, so right now you're in one of the session, which is like, you know, one of the path, but in AWS, we have security concepts. But if you want to completely go into the security career, that will be again great for you, my friend. Okay, so here we have some concepts that are related with security. And like I said, you must understand security. You must understand the concept of security so that, say, whenever you create a virtual server, without, you know, providing security to that virtual server, you cannot create your virtual server. This is such a big statement, my friend. What I'm saying here is, without creating a security, without creating a firewall for your virtual server, you cannot create your virtual server. And the first thing that you do in a company once you create an account in cloud is you create your virtual servers. No one is creating, you know, no one is using cloud only to store data. Before data, actually, it is for server. First server, then data. So maybe in a company, there are, you know, 300 servers, a small company, 300 servers, or let's say medium level company, 300 to 500 servers. So there are 500 servers. We need to configure security 500 times. And once you join a company as an administrator, your responsibility can be only on security. Some other person responsibility can be only on storage. Other person responsibility can be only on, let's say, virtual servers. So like this, we'll get different responsibilities. But while learning, we need to learn the virtual servers, we need to learn the storage, as well as we need to learn the firewalls. Okay, one more question. Firewall means security. Firewall is a device using which you can provide security. Firewall is not security. Firewall is a device using which you can provide security. Okay, friends. So this is something about cloud computing, my friend. I hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to explain you here. So I have copied many definitions from different, you know, companies. Citrix is again quite a big company. Salesforce. See, these are the things. You should get perfection and you should get more understanding of these things. Servers, storage, networking, applications. We'll see how to host some applications and what to do. And then some database services. If you know these things, my friend, you are eligible to get a job in any company on the face of the earth. Majorly servers, storage, and networking. Database is still a very specialized thing. Okay, but if you are good in servers, storage, and networking, okay, then you are eligible to get a job in any company. And once you get a job, you may be, you know, working only on storage. You're not related to servers and networking. Maybe someone is working on the networking part of cloud. They are not worried about the servers and stuff. But at the end of the day, all these people, they are working together. If I make some mistake in the network part, it will definitely affect the storage part and the server part. If I make any mistake in the server part, it will indeed affect the application, network, and all the other parts. So it's a teamwork. Actually, before we implement anything, configuration is very easy, my friend. 2, 3 steps, 5 steps, all the options are available there. Configuration is very easy. Don't worry about configuration. But before you configure anything, there will be a round table meeting, a whiteboard will be there, all the things will be discussed there, and they will make a document. If everyone is okay with the document, if everyone feels like, okay, this document we can implement, and this plan we can implement, then only we do the configuration, my friend. So actually, getting a job is not because of the certification or not because of a university degree and all those things. Getting a job is majorly based on the understanding that we have about that particular technology. They will test our understanding. They are not testing our, in school, what they test our memory, right? How much we can memorize. That is what they are testing in our school and college. But in these interviews, they are not testing our memory. They are testing like how much we understood this particular technology. That's the thing. I have doubt. Yeah, Srinivas, you can unmute yourself now. We are at the end of the session. Actually, you can unmute.
Yeah, Shakil, actually, I have one doubt. So, for example, if I have an application for a Java or Python or any application,
Mm-hmm.
so the data will stored in Amazon, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
in between Amazon to application, what inside like between both cloud to application, what we done before, like inside between how many steps follow we can go.
I'm not clearly understood your question, but still, you.
So application data we can store in database.
Mm-hmm.
So basically we are storing in data and data MySQL or Oracle we can store in the database. So
Mm-hmm.
same way why we go for AWS like application in the cloud.
See, if you want to store data in your database server, SQL server or MySQL server or whatever, tell me what exactly you need to run this application. Obviously, you need a server, right?
Yeah, server.
So you should take a server and you should run the database. Okay, so
Yeah.
cloud people, they are providing you the server and they are providing you the database application also. They're asking you not to do anything. Like, for example, when you go to a restaurant, what you need to take? Do we need to take
Inside
anything from home? Nothing, right?
yeah,
They will
inside
provide.
cloud only we have database and servers and storage and application everything, right? You're saying?
Exactly. That is what I am saying, my friend.
Yeah.
Many more things are there. Not only this, many more things are there, but we need to learn these things.
Okay. I think we can AWS also one type of database we can call it as the
Yeah, AWS
data.
is a data center as well as database. Okay, there is a
Yeah.
question here like, can you highlight the key areas what we are going to learn in security for knowledge purpose? In content, it is not given. In content, it is given there, my friend. But still, let me just show you. We are learning about security group. We are learning about NACL. And there is something called MFA, multi-factor authentication. These are the three things that are related to security. Security group, network access control list, and MFA. And then there will be something called encryptions and some keys and all those things. Those are like, very, very small things, but these are the major services. After completing the class, you can see these names there. Security group, network access control list, that is NACL, and MFA, multi-factor authentication. Okay, so yeah, that was the session, my friend. That was the day for today. And we don't have class tomorrow, actually, this Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, obviously, there is no class, but Saturdays, maybe some Saturdays I can take class. But as of now, our next class will be on Monday. IAM also comes under security. IAM is a different service, actually. Inbound and outbound traffic, that is what we learn in our security group and the NACL. Inbound and outbound traffic. Let me just take you to one of my existing batch, actually. I'll just make all the documents every day. So let me just go to the batch which I have before your class. Let's say 8 p.m. batch. In this 8 p.m. batch, I'm not sure I have completed security. Yeah. See here, this is your security group. And you're talking about this inbound and outbound here. Incoming and outgoing are inbound and outbound. Okay. So this is what you're talking about. See here, it is inbound rules and outbound rules. So we'll see that comes under security group. That is just a terminology actually. Okay, that is just a terminology. Okay, so let me just go back to the main thing. This is what you need to remember here, my friends. We are learning certain things. We are preparing ourselves for jobs and everything. But again, we will get every recorded session. We'll get running notes, FAQs and documents. I'll show you where they're available. Chat and audio is always with you. Course is for like 45 days. I'm not happy with this actually. But still, they have decided. So they know something here. So this is if this is not dollars, this is in Indian rupees. Okay, so this is something, okay, you should understand. So I hope you understood what is cloud computing now. Coming to the pre-requirements, remember I told you, whatever pre-requirements are there for this cloud computing, we'll be starting from the very basic, we'll be starting from the very scratch level, and we'll be going up to the advanced level. And one more thing, let me just, put this clearly here on record. For next couple of days, maybe we will come at 10 p.m. India Standard Time. But actually this batch, whoever is planning to come in this batch, we need to merge you with 9 p.m. batch, my friend. After like 3 days or 2 days maximum, 2 to 3 days, you need to come at 9 p.m. my friend. Yesterday, I think Gautam was asking about timings and all those things. So this is timings, my friend. For next couple of days, it will be 10 p.m. But after that, it will be exactly at
Hello.
9.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, Saqib.
Yeah, just want to know like when can I able to see the recording sessions if I need?
Which recording session you're talking about? Yesterday's recording session?
Yeah, yes, yesterday or today.
Okay, today and yesterday recording session. Once we finish the class, I think today it is not possible. It's already 11 p.m. So tomorrow morning, you will get the recordings, my friend. You will get the recordings from the management. They will share the recordings.
Okay, and what is the timing actually? Batch timing?
Next couple of days, it will be 10 p.m. Later on, it will be every day at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah, 9 p.m. India time.
Okay, fine. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Sumit, thank you. There is one more question. Okay, if you're missing one session, then by going through the recorded session, can we ask doubts? Of course, you can ask doubts, but every session is connected with the other session. 5th session is connected with 6th session. 15th session is connected with 14th session. So if you miss any class for some reason, before you come to the next class, you should go through the recording and come. Then only you'll feel, comfortable in the class. Or else, you'll be missing something. It's like a movie. If you just skip half an hour, you're just wondering, right, what exactly is happening in this movie, what is the story, where it is going, and all those things. So do not miss the class. That should be top priority. And in case if you miss the class for some reason, then go through the recordings next morning as early as possible. They will share the recordings. Okay, so go through the recording of the previous class and come for the next class.
Yeah. So I will go and come for the next session. But if we have still doubts, then we can discuss in the next session some small things. If we missed any
See,
session.
your doubts will keep me alive here actually. If I'm not getting doubts from your side, that means the sessions will be boring in a way. So I always say
Yeah,
this
same day is fine, but sometimes we are missing the next day, the previous day. So that's why
yeah,
it will be
I
after.
understood your question. Whenever you have a
Yeah,
doubt,
yeah.
we can simply
Same
simply
day is fine. We can ask same time on the fly.
you'll get the time next day to clear your doubts. Instead of 45 days, we can go with like 47 days or 48 days. Couple of days here and there
Yeah,
is
that
not a
is
big
fine.
deal.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. So don't worry about all these things.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, fine. So that was the session for today. And that was the session. Some session was yesterday, right? So hopefully when we come on Monday, we'll just go through a bit more details of cloud. We'll just go through the AWS global infrastructure and all those things. And next couple of days, I need to just make sure like you're ready to, get with this 9 p.m. batch people. There are like 1 or 2 classes ahead with us. So I'm just taking 40 minutes class for them. They know everything actually. So I'm just taking 40 minutes class, and I'll be taking more than 1 hour class for you for next couple of days, at least a 1 hour session, so that, I can club all of you. And yeah, then we see how it goes. Last thing before I stop the session, let me just write it down this. If you have any doubts, any questions, anything else, you can simply call the management. These are the numbers. WhatsApp is there on this number, as well as, you can make a call. Okay, that's it, my friend. That's it for the day. That's it for the week. And let's see how it goes on Monday. I think Monday will be the last thing, last demonstration. I think you will use the same link on Monday also. But Monday will be the last day for this particular link. After Monday, they will change the link. Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot, friends. Bye. Take care.